Yo, man, this is funny to me. Joe Torey talks about, how Tupac, as they got closer to Oakland, well, Janet Jackson was getting on his nerves, and Poetic Justice, on the set of Poetic Justice, he said Janet Jackson was getting on Tupac's nerves. Tupac was running out of weed. He had a weed craving. He would leave the set to go get weed, and he'd be late coming back on the set, like 3 hours late. Everybody would be ticked off at Tupac. A signed Tupac was unprofessional, according to Joe Torey. And Joe Torey said he used to talk about Tupac bad, man. So I'm going to let you hear what he had to say.
Janet was getting on his nerves.
Really? Why?
He was getting close to Oakland. Some of those things, he was getting bad. He couldn't get the weed he wanted. So I didn't know they was making weed runs. I'm like, why is he gone? Where are we doing? He's supposed to go to dinner. But he'd be trying to go there and get weed and come back. And then, back then, I don't know if weed was good or bad. I wasn't smoking it like that. So I can understand if he was getting it, it was showing. And, we were getting frustrated with it. So when you saw some of them things, he was just showing up on set. Like, we had been waiting for you for 2-3 hours.
Wow.
So now you coming up like, now you got an attitude? So I used to let him have it. I used to talk about him so bad.
You guys got into arguments?
No, we in an argument.
You just talk shit about him.
Talk shit about him.
He would take it.
What are you going to do?
You're the one slate, motherfucker.
Slate, but back then I was weighing like, what, 195?
Oh, yeah, you were kind of
370.
Yeah.
Throwing all my martial art. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Now you're being disrespectful.
See, I'm confused about this because did he actually confront Tupac or did he just talk about him behind his back? Because he said I talked about him bad. And then the interviewer asked, did y'all get into any arguments? And he was like, I ain't getting into no arguments. Now that's hard to believe Tupac didn't argue. If you confronted Tupac, it's hard to believe he didn't argue, he just took it. So it seems to me Joe Torey was talking about Tupac behind his back. Niggas talk a lot of shit because it's after I'm gone, because they feel me in the physical form. Let it be known I'm troublesome. So was Joe Torey just talking about it behind his back? Did he confront Tupac? I wish the interviewer would have cleared that up. Did he confront? Did he tell Tupac to his face? Yo, man, why you always late all the time, man? We had, that's hard. But Joe Torey said himself, he talked about him. He never said he confronted Tupac. He just said, I talked about him. Talked about him bad. That's weird to me, man. Was you scared? I mean, if you didn't confront him, tell him to his face, why didn't you? Why you had to talk about him? Why you just didn't tell him to his face? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but that needed to be clear up a little bit. Because like I said, it's hard to believe Tupac didn't argue. If he was to confront Tupac about it, it's hard to believe Tupac didn't argue. Now, if Joe Torey would have said, yeah, man, we argued on the set a lot because he was late all the time. No, it wasn't that. He didn't say we argued. He said it wasn't no argument, which leads me to believe he just talking about him behind his back and then bring it up to his face. That's funny. That's it, man. Big facts. Peace.